Good morning, everybody. How's everyone doing?
Good.
Great. Oh, good to have everyone's having a great Friday. I know everyone's really excited for the weekend, but today we're going to work a little bit more on our project about the giver. I've gotten a lot of questions the past couple of days regarding vocabulary and word meanings, and instead of just giving you guys a list of vocab words and forcing you to memorize it, I figured I'd give you guys a strategy that you guys can use for the rest of your lives called context clues. I handed out a worksheet that everyone hopefully received. Did everyone get it?
Yes. Yeah.
Perfect. On the worksheet, there's a paragraph that we're going to read as a class from chapter 1 of The Giver. It's also up here on the board. Can I get a volunteer to read it so we can identify the word and also the meaning?
I can read it.
Thank you, Karen. Go ahead.
The next mother, who held a prominent position at the Department of Justice, talked about her feelings. Today, a repeat offender had been brought before her. Someone who had broken the rules before. Someone who she hoped had been
Adequately.
Thank you. Fairly punished, and who had been restored to his place, to his job, his home, his family unit.
Thank you so much, Karen, for reading that aloud for us. Is there a word in here that the class doesn't understand?
Adequately.
Yes, I saw Karen mess up a little bit here, so we're going to go ahead and circle the word adequately. And then, using context clues, we're going to figure out what it means. The best way to figure out words using context clues is to underline before and after the word. So in this situation, it says, someone who she had hoped had been adequately and fairly punished. Now, looking at the phrase before and after, does anyone have an idea about what the word adequately could mean? Yeah.
I think and fairly punished might help.
Yes, so the word and in this situation connects two similar words together. So we have the word adequately and fairly. So within the context of the paragraph and the giver, adequately has a similar definition to fairly. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yeah.
Perfect. Is there any questions I can answer?
Yes, I have a quick question.
Yeah, Karen.
When we're doing this on our own, can we mark in the book?
So if you actually own the book and it's your own purchase, you can go ahead, underline, circle, highlight, and annotate all in it. However, since the giver is given to you by the school and any other books you read from like a library or from the school, you could go ahead and just think it in your head or use a post-it note to mark it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Now that you guys understand what the word adequately means, we're going to go ahead and move on to a second paragraph, also from chapter 1 of The Giver. Can I go ahead and get a volunteer to read this one aloud?
I'll do it.
Yeah, go ahead, Dora.
I feel frightened too for him, she confessed. You know that there's no third chance. The rules say that if there's a third transgression, he simply has to be released. Jonas shivered. He knew it happened. There was even a boy in his group of 11s whose father had been released years before. No one ever mentioned it. The disgrace was unspeakable. It was hard to imagine.
Perfect. Is there a word in that paragraph that you guys do not understand?
Transgression.
Transgression. As you can see, I got a little tired and didn't end up writing the rest of the paragraph. But we got the word transgression up here for you guys. Now, looking at your worksheet and up here, does anyone remember what we do to identify the context clues?
Look at the words before and after.
Perfect. Can I get someone to come up here and actually underline it for me? Oh, thank you, Mary Grace. That's all right. Great job. Does everyone see that she underlined before and after? Make sense? Perfect, Mary Grace. So it says the rules say if there's a third transgression, he simply has to be released. Does anyone see something that we could use to identify the meaning?
The word third is before chance and transgression. Does that mean
Yes.
the words are similar?
Let's look up here. We're going to look a little bit above the underline to kind of figure that out. So it says third chance and also third transgression. So we can look at repeating words or phrases to also identify a word meaning. In this situation, chance and transgression have a similar meaning within the context of the giver. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yep.
Yeah. Perfect. And now just as a quick reminder, when you're looking at context clues and identifying definitions, make sure it makes sense within the context of the paragraph and the book. Sometimes a word you might see it and you might think, oh, that's the definition, and then you look back and it doesn't make sense. So always remember to do that. Now that you guys understand context clues, we're gonna work together as a class and actually sing a song about it. I'll sing it once by myself, and then you guys can join in. When you don't know the meaning of a word, and you think it sounds just absurd, to the blurb surrounding the word, and the context clues will make you feel assured. All right, does everyone want to join in with me one time?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
When you don't know. Oh. Sorry guys, that was all my fault. We'll try one more time. When you're reading and you don't know a word, and you think it sounds just absurd, then think back to the blurb surrounding the word, and the context clues will make you feel assured. And do it one more time, so we messed up a little bit towards the beginning on that one. All right? When you're reading and you don't know a word,